good morning, good morning. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Daddy Chris, all the way from Srtv London. Today is going to be an eventful day, I can tell you that. Maybe it's already in Abuja. We have a couple of guests joining us, and there is celebration in some part of the country. Who knows whether this week will be the beginning when Nigerians begin to at least enjoy what they pay for. I mean, the price of oil has gone up, but there's the time are dry. Hopefully, there will be enough petrol in the market, and those who can, we have something to buy. Because the question in Nigeria is some people can, some cannot. That is our destiny. Let's just as it is before. Even those, if you have the money, you don't have to buy. But now, it looks as if those who can, we have something to buy, and those who are not are the ones left to die. But it's not been the case. Well, we're going to be taking a look at all that this morning. And we know this other man who is upholding the Nigerian, what they call the African traditional religion, is well on board, he is ready, and he's ready to fight for the African traditional religion. I'll be sharing some few things with him, and hopefully I'll have him on the show on Sunday. When people are celebrating Christianity on that very day, let's see what he has to say about his own traditional religion. But I'll be sharing some of his images with you today. Like I said, a barrister will be joining us from Edo State. The focus on this today really is going to be on Edo 2024, the game playing, who are the people, who are the gladiators are on board. They are ready and they're doing the needful. I can tell you for one thing, and for free, that, let me say this for free, that Obaseki is not going to get it easy. Obaseki, no matter what you do, Baba Tinubu is there. And I know he's going to have a little bit of hard time. I'm sure that barrister Daniel Osayande will be talking us through all that this morning. But before I do that, because the news reaching us is there is a threat. I told you guys on this show that something happened to Odwara back in the days. That he woke up in the morning, a whole governor woke up in the morning and he found that all the security men has been changed. They didn't say anything, they just changed your security. And that's a big message. Because by the time the person guiding you as a governor is nobody, he's not taking order from above. You need to be worried. And that is what's going to happen. I know that is something that can happen to Obaseki, and they've already started throwing it. So something is happening on the papers this morning, and say, all my predictions, Nigeria, all my predictions. We'll be taking a look at all that today because I'm so excited that Barrister will be joining me. But before we do that, before I join by these able men and women this morning, let's see what happened in Abia State. It's a very interesting saga in Abia where the governor actually did something positive again. He paid some salaries, not that is their job, but they are celebrating after all the other people are celebrating. Let's take a look at this video together. Don't go away. Quite an interesting. This is Abia State Polytechnic workers celebrating.
Okay, right now, this is Abia State Polytechnic. The staffs are very happy. The staffs are elected because of what the governor have done. I think it's how many years arrears now? That's the arrears have been paid and they are happy. This is Ojukwu Chukwu, the reporter for the Wasteland newspaper. Thank you.
For me, this is just like a wife crying and saying to my husband, our wives are not really asking for too much. They didn't say they're going to follow us every place we go. Anytime we go out, they don't follow us. Well, at least come home at night. Come and eat with the family. Watch your wife at night. People do all the things you do outside. But come home. Is that too much to ask for? That is what the Nigerian workers are asking from the government. It's what we are asking from our president. Look at that. Thank you, Governor Oti. I don't think we have a lot of time to do more than that. Thank you very much, Governor Oti, for that wonderful, for putting a smile on the faces of Nigerians. I respect that and I'm grateful. Like as usual, Mary is going to join me quickly this morning. Mary, you're welcome to this one wonderful broadcast. And we have a special guest on our midst, Barrister Daniel Osayande, sir. Barrister, sir. Domo, sir.
Yes. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
I am
sir.
happy to be in your midst this morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Barrister, we are grateful. We are grateful that you're joining us. So we're
Thank
going to be
you.
three
Thank
of
you.
us. Yes, we're going to have a very good mind together. Barrister, I don't know why you're not sitting down because we have a lot to discuss with Barrister. I think we should find a place and sit down so that we can do this. Okay, Barrister? Yes. Let Barrister sit well. Once Barrister is properly seated, we're going to bring him in because he has a lot to talk us through this morning. A lot, because we are focusing on it. Before we bring Barrister quickly back, Mary, tell us what is going on. You're looking so smiling. And let me put the point of correction. Mary, I'm not trying to get married to Mary because some people are already accusing me. I don't want your boyfriend to beat you that I'm marrying you to different people or something. People can mistake what we say here. Yeah, she's not the boyfriend to Ajero. She's not the boyfriend to how the innocent girl. She's just an innocent person. I tease her a lot, Please, so tell us what is going on over there.
Okay, today is public holiday. I believe everywhere in Nigeria, not just Abuja. The Muslim faithful, they are witnessing or practicing the holy day, which is the Eid Molid. So you can see that all the civil servants.
Is it the birthday of Prophet Muhammad they're celebrating?
Yes,
So the way we celebrate Christmas. So this is like their Christmas, right?
So what will you ask? Okay, if you say Christmas,
it's the birth of Jesus Christ, we celebrate it. So why would they celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad? I'm all for that. So, and what is going to happen? You have some lamb and all that to eat around. You have neighbors, you have Muslim neighbors.
You never can tell how they are celebrating it. I just know that the civil servants, they didn't come to work. Today's public holiday, being September 16th.
Yeah. Other than that, tell us what else is happening. Barrister is back with us. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so what happened is Sowore was arrested in Lagos airport, or is he coming back from America?
Yeah.
So the news is still a developing one though, because he's actually, the way I'm seeing it, he's really not giving up. He's not backing out on his fight. Well, let's see how that is going to unfold as well.
Yeah, but so it's not stupid for a government to arrest Sowore. You understand? And these are things they do. They just make some people relevant. What can Sowore do to a government? You guys are so stupid that you don't know what you're doing. He can only organize peaceful protests. Sowore has never gone out of that to take laws into his hand. I don't personally like him, but he's not the kind of person that is going to actually hurt you as a government. Why would you arrest him?
I really don't know why they'll be seizing his passports. All these things they are doing.
All these are very, very primitive acts, and they're going to use the big words, treason. You charge Ajero for treason. You charge somebody for treason. Tinubu, we're going to see charge you for treason. Don't worry, time will come. Nigerians will be charging you for treason, treasonable felony. These guys are funny, man. I just wish we can have the barrister quickly back, because this kind of human rights abuses is unacceptable, and we'll be putting an end to that very soon. Nigeria needs to move forward. Anyway, my advice to the government is to please release Sowore. Let me go about his little duties. He has his little fans. Sowore can't win election. He hasn't got the capacity to win election. And you're actually making him more relevant. When you give such kind of person, my question is, I always ask Sowore, what do you have? No, I don't believe in this so-called corruption. You understand? I want people who can tell me how they're going to lift the country from this where we are to the next level. And it's not fighting corruption is one of them. But the truth is we don't have enough money.
That's true.
Any government that can tell us how we're going to make more money is our best friend. And Barrister is for some reason not, his video is not working at the moment. So we're going to work with Barrister and bring him quickly back. Yeah, and so I'm not looking for, anyway, that is a bad difference. That what the Christians think is not what everybody thinks. Some people believe that the only solution is to kill corruption. And then when we kill corruption, Nigeria will be good again. Yeah, but how is Nigeria going to be good again if you don't make enough money? You think oil money is enough to feed 300 and something million people? Your budget is how much? Maybe only if you remove corruption, maybe then you will start to add value to the oil. Maybe that's what you're saying. Because Tinubu is actually blind to begin to think that the only way to secure oil is to pay 4 billion to Polo, who is doing what? These guys are blind people, man. These are low life.
Story about the Nigerian army, right? The Nigerian Military Chief of Defense Staff rewarded 26 soldiers with 1 million naira, 38,461 naira each for eliminating notorious terrorists. Halilu Buzu in Zamfara.
They awarded.
He awarded 26 soldiers 1 million naira each.
Okay.
For being able to eliminate a notorious terrorist in Zamfara State.
That's interesting. That's interesting. If Nigerians choose to reward those who are doing the right thing, I don't mind. You understand? If they choose to reward the right thing. Barrister, you're welcome back, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Today, yes, Barrister, we have a lot on our plate. Actually, the show is countdown to Edo 2024, and we will be happy if you can have more time with us before now and down to the election side, because there's a lot of areas we want to cover. For many of us outside the country, we are not really yet familiar with the candidates and the game that is going on. This is the one we have, Barrister. Let me just share this with you. This is what we have as it is, Barrister. These are the candidates we could see, we pick on the internet, and we know there are more because the number of political parties in Nigeria are enormous. Can you tell us which are the parties to reckon with among them, sir?
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
By law,
yes,
every candidate is recognized and every candidate is important. But that does not mean we do not have dominating candidates.
Yes, sir.
Prominently, we have candidates of PDP, APC, ADC, and others.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is the prominent candidates for now are PDP, APC, Labour Party,
okay,
ADC. There are others, but they are all important.
All right.
Prominently, as I said, we have PDP, APC, Labour Party. Let me just limit my discussion to these three political parties.
Thank you, sir.
PDP, APC, and Labour Party.
Okay.
They have candidates that are credible.
Okay.
That is my opinion. They have candidates that are credible.
PDP,
APC,
and
Labour Party.
Yes, sir.
Yes, these are the credible candidates, in my opinion.
Barrister, yes, sir. Go on, sir.
Yes.
Barrister, as we know, of course, the APC is the government party, the government at the top. That's at the federal level. Is the APC, and so definitely the president will be interested in this part. Let's say we're speculating, sir. And down to the local level or the state level, let's put it at the state level, the Edo State governor has managed to kidnap the state. He managed to have all the local government in his pocket right now. And one is wondering, because during the last election, Labour actually won the state with Peter Obi. So perhaps your analysis is quite correct. But where is the dynamics at the moment, in your opinion, Barrister? We're not gonna talk legal terms first. I'm first talking to you. Let's play with the candidate before we go into the hard part of it, sir.
Thank you very much. Definitely in Nigeria, the ruling party, under the leadership of His Excellency Asiwaju Tinubu, is APC.
Yes, sir.
Then at the state level, at those states,
yes,
the ruling party is PDP. And it's under the leadership of His Excellency Governor Enongerase Obaseki. So if we are to examine the situation in line with the ruling party, both at the center, that is Nigeria, at Abuja, and the state level, PDP in Benin City, Edo State, then the whole thing will be easy to look at.
Yes, sir.
Now, opportunity has been given to other parties to contest governorship election, which is slated for 21st of September 2024.
Yes, sir.
And the various political parties have been campaigning in different forms with different manifestos. Some really do not have a manifesto, but they have been telling us, those of us who are voters,
yes,
to vote for them. And we have almost made up our minds as to who to vote for, as to which party to vote for. Because I'm a voter,
yes, sir,
it may not be appropriate to say which party I'm going to vote for.
That's right.
Under this platform.
All right.
But I have made up my mind to vote. And I will vote for the party I believe will do us well in Edo State. There have been so many struggles here and there to get votes. Some of them are not decent. Some of them are violent.
Okay.
In a civilized society, it's not supposed to be so.
Yes, sir.
All they are supposed to do is to put their manifesto down for us to look at. And on the basis of the manifesto, we will consider what they have done in the past, what they are doing now, and what they are yet to do.
Yeah.
This judgment, it depends on the individual. My judgment as a person may be different from the judgment of another person.
I agree.
Therefore, these people should know that we have a responsibility to think about what they intend to do for us, analyze the possibility of carrying these things out, marrying the whole thing with the past, looking at the whole thing and also marrying it with the current situation.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, we will vote. The problem here for now is whether they will allow the vote to count.
Okay.
Because in the past, we have seen situations where people came out en masse to vote.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, they won't allow the vote to count. This one is very discouraging. So I do hope the people at the helm of affairs will allow the vote to count so that the people's mandate, the people's votes, the people's wish can be acknowledged and carried out.
Wonderful, sir. And that's why we have a barrister in our midst this morning, and we'll be looking at the issues critically. But again, today we're going to take a look at everything, and today, just for the purpose of this show, and to look at it, I'm going to take a look at one paper with barrister right now, the headlines of the Tribune, Mary. If we can take a look at the headlines of the Tribune with barrister quickly, that would be very interesting. The Tribune is saying, in Edo State, if you can read that for us, yes.
Okay, the big story, Edo, PDP, APC, Baika over alleged plan removal of Obaseki security.
1 minute there, that's fine. All right, and these are some of the strategies, you know, these are the things, like you rightly said, barrister. There will be, we are afraid, we are right afraid, because we do know that the federal government controls the securities. And obviously the states, meaning the states under the PDP can now be overwhelmed with the power from above. This headline is disturbing from what I can see.
Thank you very much.
How do you see this, sir? Because
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
You see, it is believed that we are getting civilized, and whatever we do must be done in line with the provisions of the law.
Thank you, sir.
We have in Nigeria extant constitution, electoral acts that should guide us in this aspect. Federal government has its own role to play. They appointed the umpires to manage election.
Yes.
But it is wrong for anybody to think that because federal government appointed the electoral umpire, therefore should control the electoral umpire.
It's true.
If election is allowed to be free and fair, it is the wish of the people that should prevail. So for now, what is happening in Nigeria, as always, is that people tend to interfere with the activities of the umpire, saddled with the responsibility of carrying out this electoral process. We should learn to allow these people to function independently in line with the wish of the people. Anything done outside this is not supposed to be.
It will be unconstitutional. Yes. But Barrister, I am personally disturbed. Because that's why I said the power play here is I'm gonna bring you clearly that for the federal government to threaten in any way to because that's the only way they can do it. They can say it's constitutional. They have right to change the security. But why are you doing it now, federal government? That is something that is disturbing, and the world is watching. And I begin to wonder what the president of what the current administration of Tinubu is doing in terms of human rights abuses. Because when you do this indirectly, by implication, which the barrister will agree with me, might not be by implication, you are temporary with his human rights or his office provision. You don't change security when you choose, and of course you have the right to change it, and there should be a reason why they're changing it. I don't know the provisions in the law with regard to that, barrister, but that will be on the side of the federal government, because we do know, we want to believe that Tinubu, that the federal government will be interested in the election. 2027 is around the corner, and those states will be strategic because this president lost Edo State. He lost it to the Labour Party during the last election. I'm sure he wants Edo back. So
sorry, the line is breaking. It's not.
Is it breaking, sir? Can you hear us, sir? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me, sir? Yeah.
I hear you now.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, sir. I was saying
I hear you now.
Wonderful. Okay. I was trying to say that the president is definitely going to be interested in Edo State. So we're not kids. We understand how Nigerian politics is. He's going to be interested. He lost the state to Labour last time. That will be on one side. But another thing to consider too, why we are thinking that, why we are feeling sorry for Obaseki, if that is the case. Obaseki, during the last local government election, sir, he managed to win the whole, I'm going to use the word win, whether by crook or by all means. He managed to take all the local government to PDP. How, my question is, or my worry, or the worry of many of us is, are you saying that all the people that voted for Labour during the last election, did they have a reason to vote at the local government, or what happened to them? This is the thing that will disturb us from this angle, sir. That is, sir. Okay, I was trying to ask Barrister a strategic question, and hopefully when he joins us, the network is able to stop. And I do people, you know, say when I get power, and I do when I get power, and if they change things or not, say very. Hopefully, until Barrister comes back, we'll take a look at that with Barrister. It's a focus on Edo 2024. We want to share with you what we think and what should happen and what should not be happening. Edo is a very important state. I want to go back to a little bit of history so you guys know the importance of Edo State. Edo State has been strategic, has been a very important state in the history of Nigeria. In fact, during the formation of Nigeria, Nigeria was formed on 1914, February 1914. And that was only possible following the demise of the throne king of the Benin people that was taken to Calabar. I don't want to go into the history of that. I'm sure children of history will be reading that. Then maybe they are quite young. They don't know how Nigeria actually came about. It was, when it was the amalgamation of the North and the British have the northern region of, they call it Protectorate. Sorry, I'm using the right English. So they had the North and the South. When they merged them together, they formed Nigeria. And that's what Nigeria will be living with, our new destiny now. But the truth was, as at that time, there's a number of Benin, or Bavarian Benin, who was taken away to Calabar the massacre, there was history is still there, you know. And if you come to the British Museum, you see all that history. The British, for one reason or the other, found the Oba in breach of human rights. That is according to them. What is human right then? I don't know. But they went in, invaded the town, looted the kingdom, take the Oba away, and he was deported to Calabar. So the trouble was when they wanted to join Nigeria, the Benin people refused to have a new king. As long as their Oba is still alive, they don't have a new king. They don't do that. So there was a little bit of turmoil in Benin. And that uncertainty affected the formation of Nigeria. You understand? So Nigeria, they couldn't form Nigeria until the 1914, February in particular, when the man died, when the news came that the man is dead in prison in Calabar. And then they have the freedom now to form Nigeria. You know, we pray that they didn't kill him. That's history. I'm not the one saying it. Because the coincidence is disturbing. But that has been our history. The history of the black man. How long shall they kill our prophet? Why we stand outside and look? Some say it's a part of it. We get to fulfill the book. The King Jesus Christ is a part of fulfilling the book. Is that not what they say? The death of Jesus Christ was part of fulfilling the book. So, okay, following the death of Oba Veramin, Nigeria was formed in 1914. And my interest here is during the last election, the election in Edo State, this then Obaseki was in the APC with Oshomole. They were pally. They were really good, you know. So Shomole was very happy with him. Everything was good. They wanted him to take over. So he won the first election. I'm sure he didn't play the bidding. You know this governor, when they get into office, they start fighting the one that bring them in. You understand? What we're seeing with Mubarak now and Fubara and Wiki happened. You understand? And Oshomole promised to teach him a lesson. That is, teach Obaseki a lesson. You know what they did? They stripped him of the APC ticket. They gang up and they made sure he didn't get the ticket for the APC. The guy has his own game plan. The moment they did that, they quickly switched to PDP. So PDP quickly embraced him. They want it because PDP won the state. They know they have a good candidate in him. So with PDP and Obaseki influence, they won the state. So that is why the state is PDP today. If not, originally Obaseki came in as an APC candidate. You see the dynamics?
Yeah.
And during that election, Asiwaju was in town. Then Wike came in to support Obaseki because they see the battle. Wike came in to support and very other governor came in to support the PDP to make sure PDP take over the state because the state was then APC. You see? So the PDP boys were interested in getting the state back because they wanted it to be PDP, which is what it is now. But Asiwaju wanted to keep it APC. They came in to support the APC and they told Asiwaju, Edo not be Lagos. You know, that's the language you see. When you hear the word Edo not be Lagos, they're actually saying it to the president, the current president now. So the president is definitely not happy. He's been humiliated once. Will he allow himself to be humiliated again? That is a story to be told. So we know that the president is out and is out to get Edo State back. And that is why this headline is quite disturbing. PDP, APC, Bika over alleged, they're going to talk, they are all talking the removal of Obaseki security. By law, they will not remove the security. You know what they do? They will change it. You know, I said on this show a few days ago that they did it to Odwa. Odwa was trying to make noise while he was a governor. You understand? He was trying to flex more than the governor. You know what they did? Before the man woke up one morning, all the security changed. Kai, they say, who are you? He said, no, I'm your new security, sir. What? The man knows that his life is not, his own life is at stake. You understand? Your own life is at stake. There are some orders you give. They'll tell you it's not the order is coming from above. You saw the drama between the Lagos State governor and a police officer. When the governor gave an order, he said it's not the governor it's not in the governor's position to give that order. So in fact, this is allow you to understand the power play of the Nigerian police and how the order works. The federal government controls the police and they can use it against the state. And that is what you're about to see in Edo State, where his security has now been tampered with for some reason, or in whatever way they're trying to do so. He's going to get it tough. Obaseki should know he has a battle in his hand. The question is, who is even there to support Obaseki now? Back in the days, let's go back to a bit of history. Wike was very stubborn. Wike is somebody you don't, good or bad, Wike is the only person that can bring his head out and say, to hell with you, president. You understand? Wike is no more in PDP. Wike will not go against the action of his boss now. Wike is technically an APC man. So you don't have the like of Wike to come and fight for Obaseki. Obaseki, you don't have, Fubara is too young to stand any test of time. He has his own battle he's dealing with. So you're on your own, literally. Now, in Delta State, the only person who would have been able to stand for you would have been Okowa. Okowa is gone. This new governor has his own battle. In fact, he's surviving. He just finished his cases now in court. So he's trying to please his people. He doesn't have enough money to come and race shoulder with you against the president. And as at that time, when you succeeded, Buhari was not even that kind of strong person. Now, Asiwaju is very interested in Edo State. It's not going to be easy, Mr. Obaseki. Now, when we feel sorry for Obaseki, that is what I keep saying. Is Obaseki a good man? That's the question. My question to Obaseki is, how did you manage to win all the local governments? May God judge us. How you win the whole local government? Now God go judge us. Not be me, God might go judge all of us. But he has won the local government. My people say, maybe if you want to swear for person when pass you, you know this way you go swear for them. Robo go say, one am not way. That is say you go work out the best way they reach you. You know what the now? That be the best way you go swear for anybody. And that is why I made it when we have a wife at home. When she's crying, don't go out that day. You understand? Because that woman cry alone, we say, and I don't feel deal with you, so you go reach you for front. You get some which you will get for us. If you fall and fight, if you go out that day, make you come back. If they not shoot you for road, you go thank God, say you reach house. All these which all these guys really don't say I don't fight women. But at the power I want to get with that.
The reason that is fighting women, we don't know yet.
Nobody, but it's true that it's true. Those of us that have wives at home, we know what it is. Sometimes when you offend your woman and you go out, you go see pepper. In fact, sometimes it's just a natural thing, and sometimes it's the power of these women. They see pepper for road. So it's actually in our best interest to make peace at home when we're going out. That's something I've learned anyway. So what I'm trying to say maybe is Obaseki himself is not good. Obaseki managed to kidnap the state because his governor, he has power. He has used the power to oppress the local government. Now the federal government is using their power to oppress him. What is in need for us? That's it. Am I going to fight for Obaseki? I doubt it. Am I interested? Because I don't like Asiwaju for some reason coming to fight Obaseki. But Obaseki, you already oppressed people there. I can see the story of Obaseki unfolding in my palm here. You see the way he treated his deputy. Is he a good man? That's the question I'm asking. This man, a good man. Let me go talk. We talk because of Ukure. That's why I'm going to bring one guy in onto you today. He's always the one celebrating the African tradition. Whether na Juju man Ibiu, na God will decide. Maybe you go see how. It's everybody they do his own. He gets his own way of doing his own too. He gets his own way. He go tell you say, in Papa the religion now the African traditional religion, and he's keeping it. You know, all of you guys know him. He's a serious activist. You understand? Everything what would they do? This man will tell you it's not because of Ukure. Now make a do. We'll see.
Is it the one in the middle?
The one in the middle, yeah. It's a complete robo man. His ways are interesting to me. You understand? Because I understand some of the things he's saying. No, you may not agree, but I understand some of the things he's trying to make some cases. You know, sometimes, and you see the way he dresses here. So you know, you remember the day so they came to the court with some juju thing. You remember this man dressed in his African with his old juju, tie, everything, tie. And he came to court also the same way. Now I don't throw powder. You know, in those days in the Roboland there, we have this, we call it Igbe. We are accusing the deputy Senate president there. You know, Robo say, worry, understand? That is this guy. Anyway, we'll come to that. What I'm saying is, Obaseki, for the purpose of this religion, this man, you cannot call Jesus Christ's name for your matter. For this purpose of this kind of religion, we need the truth. What happened? How did you manage to win on the local government? So that is what we are up against in Edo State. I wish I have Barrister back to actually finish these matters. Because other than this element I have analyzed, I wanted now to look at their candidates and what they stand for. That is what we'll be doing in the show in the coming days. Tomorrow might be the APC, the next day might be the PDP, the other day will be the Labour Party. I have invited all of them and they were going to be on this show. We're going to talk to them on these issues, on what they have for Edo State. Mary, in fact, I wanted to discuss it with Barrister, but here I am with you. You know, I would say what I stand for, because I cannot say this is what Nigerians stand for. What I believe in is a government that will look at the Edo State economy and grow it.
That's true.
Let me repeat. A government that will look at Edo State economy and grow it. You see me celebrating this OT. I'm not. You understand? I'm here to celebrate him. OT, you are an Igbo man. That means the word. You are an Igbo man. In the history of Nigeria, we know the Igbo man, what they can do. As an Igbo man, there are better things you can do. I want you to show that labor is the labor Peter Obi was talking about. That you're going to grow the economy of Abia State. Let me say this. You are not here for infrastructure. It's your job to pay salary, so I'm not celebrating what they're celebrating. Unfortunately, this is a decrease for you. I'm not the right guy for you. Let me bring the guy in. All right, let me bring this guy in. Yeah, good. Edo people, you know why I bring this part up? As I'm talking to this governor, you'll be asking your new candidate the same question. He's the most celebrated governor so far in Nigeria. He has done well, brought electricity to his people. He's choosing to pay the salaries in arrears. Number one, please go and look at the allocation of Abia State. It's the list. If not one of the, you're going to be referred to the list, when you count. So Delta State, which is number one, we're still owing salaries. There are so many things. Okowa buried the state. You see, the history of the government of Delta State will be very unfortunate. And I'm going to use that. The question is, Edo people, Muna, they take from my argument. Sometimes I don't say Edo State, but I'm showing you cases so that you can ask your own governor the same thing. This guy came and is able to fix electricity in his place. The question is, how much is he getting from the federal government? How much does Edo State get from the federal government? Do you know that the security vote of Obaseki alone is about 800 million, if not a million naira, if not 100, it's 1 billion naira now. Obaseki security vote. Obaseki, if not lie, tell us how much they get. And what do you do with the security votes? Who you they secure month to month with 1 billion naira Obaseki? That's one question. You see how rich these guys are. That's why they can do and undo. And that's why they're ready to kill. That of Delta State, only in security vote alone are 2.something billion. Because we are far richer than Edo State. So not kill your governor. Our governor gets 40 billion average month. It's not me talking. That is what that senator from one senator from Delta State, no Ned now, you know, say like babe, Ned catcher. Say the money when they pay you every month from federal government are about 40 billion. How much do they get? There's no thing. You will not tell me. I'm going to take a look at the record before we come back. And I will let you guys know how much we are getting in Edo State. I hope I have Barrister back, seriously. like Barrister is right back with me. If Barrister is back, I'm going to come to that. So, Barrister, I don't know if I'm lucky to have you back, sir.
Yes, I'm here. I'm back. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
this
much.
Network problem we encounter.
Yes, sir. I was just trying to look at the credibility of the governor himself. Why we're worried that the federal government, as the person of Asiwaju, might be interested in the state and trying to victimize with that headline. My question is, can Obaseki, or is it justifiable that PDP won all the local government during the last local government election? How is that possible? Because the last time they lost to the Labour, and all of a sudden PDP won everything. It's a little bit alarming, sir. To those of us, maybe it's the people that Edo may be different because Edo not be Lagos. That's all that they talk at there, sir. Is that true?
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You see, I talked about people at the helm of affairs.
Yes, sir.
Interfering with the activities of the recognized law.
Yes, sir.
Either at the federal level or at the state level.
Yes, sir.
In those states, we have had the privilege to be governed by APC governments. Yes. We also have the privilege to be governed by PDP-led governments.
Yes, sir.
In each case, those at the helm of affairs, we always have these umpires set up by law to dictate what is to be accepted as the truth.
Yes, sir.
Whether it is real or not real, they interfere. APC did it in those states.
Thank you.
PDP did it in those states.
Wonderful.
And that's where we have our problem.
Good. And
so, by the time we learn to allow these organs of government to function as directed or dictated by law, then it is good for us. That is, those of us who are the common people.
Yes, sir.
Until that is done, we will remain where we are. The result of the election conducted, I'm talking about the local government election conducted in Edo State, the last one, was won by PDP government.
Yes. And
PDP is the government in power in the state.
Yes.
We have seen from experience,
yes, sir,
that our people are used to dancing to the tune of the ruling party.
That's true.
So when you hear a result like this, you should not be surprised, because it is the vogue, it is the order of the day.
Yes, sir.
In our society. If you are in government under the platform of PDP, just expect that PDP will sweep all the polls. If you are under APC, just be sure, rest assured that APC will sweep the results.
Yes, sir.
And of course, that's the result that will be announced, which will be accepted, taking into consideration what the law says.
But
we have electoral law. Yes.
Yeah. But sir, what I'm saying now is that this SWIFT or this dynamic that is currently happening, like the ruling party winning everything, is it right to say that the people in power are influencing it, and the people themselves tend to dance to the tune of the person in power in search of, maybe they are hungry, if they dance to his tune, they get something to eat, not because it's good or anything. Would that be right?
Thank you very much. I'm even happy that you understand exactly what is happening in our society. You see, the people at the head of affairs tend to influence what happens at their various levels. And I said earlier, as long as they continue with this kind of attitude, they will not allow us to see the truth of what the mind of the people says.
Yes.
But what the minds of the people say. Yes. So what I'm saying, in effect, is that government should learn to refrain from interfering with the activities of the umpire set up by them to conduct the various elections.
Thank you Very much.
Those in power,
yes, sir,
will always want to interfere with the activities of this umpire. For example, the umpire is appointed and activities directed, that is, umpire to conduct elections both at the federal level and at the state level. Those who set them up tend to influence their activities. Ordinarily, it's not supposed to be so.
Yes, sir.
They are supposed to allow the will of the people to prevail. They hardly allow it. So, to begin with, to create room for a society that will be of benefit to every common person like me, the umpire should be allowed to function in line with the law setting up the office of the umpire.
Yes.
They hardly do this. They hardly do this.
Yes, sir.
So it is my view,
yes,
that they should look into the appointment of umpires whose functions should not depend on the people who appointed them. They should rely solely on the law setting them up.
And that is
this
why,
is where we have our problem.
And that's why I'm happy I'm with a legal mind today, you know, because this same issue, we just, let's analyze this a little before we come back to the election. As a legal mind, sir, what is the solution to this kind of issue? Because here we have the judiciary who are always there and will remain there. I'm wondering, why is there no provision within the judiciary to elect this kind of empire, to come up with this empire that conduct the affairs of the state? Why do they allow those that will take over office, that will have interest or that will be able to influence them, to be the one appointing an empire? For instance, why is it not within the office of the judiciary, which is the third arm of government, to set up the INEC, the appointment of INEC? So now we do know, like from what we say now, from our analysis of Edo now, we know that the people will dance to the governor or dance to the president because they are in power. And either because they want some more food on the table or because the man at the top is threatening them or is influencing them. The same thing will happen to anybody that takes the office of the INEC. Especially if I am appointing you and you don't do what I say, we're going to have an issue. Either you're going to be staffed or this. But if the judiciary, which is a stable arms of government, they are not going anywhere. They've been there and they remain there. Why are they not the one conducting the affairs of these elections? Why do we allow the executive to appoint these people, which we know they're going to change?
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
This is where the problem is. We have people at the National Assembly, that is House of Representatives,
yes, sir,
and the Senate,
yes, sir,
whose duty it is to examine the way the country is being run, whose duty it is to enact laws based on what the people want.
Yes.
Are they doing it? Is that their business? Do they concentrate on reforming the laws as they are at the moment? The problem is with them, because none of them, as soon as they get there, they don't look at these things.
True.
They're after themselves, what they can get.
Yes.
You can imagine a situation whereby members of the National Assembly are given the opportunity to fix their own remuneration. It's an aberration.
It is.
It is wrong.
Clearly.
It is not these people that should fix their own remuneration.
I'm going to fix
it. But when they,
yeah, go on, sir.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're experiencing right now. Until that was looked into, we will remain where we are. Yeah. They are responsible for fixing their own remuneration. I remember some years back, they've set up something they call Udoji something to look at the salaries of the various civil servants.
Yes, sir.
Those people came, Udoji something, came out with a recommendation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and on the basis of the recommendation of Udoji,
yes,
the remuneration of the workers was fixed.
Yes.
It's not even by protest. Government should know that there is need to set up a body that will look into the various sectors of the economy.
Thank you,
and
sir.
come out with a recommendation.
Yes, sir.
And this recommendation will be studied by government. And if there's need to conduct a referendum, it will be done.
Yes, sir.
It's this government that will do it. Then the salaries will be fixed. But as at now, what we see is that everything tends to fall back to the executive.
And the
judiciary you talked about just now. The judiciary cannot get anything unless executive says take. Why will judiciary not dance to the tune, to the side of the executive? They are bound to, because they cannot get stabbed. They cannot get stabbed. Yes. So if they do not dance to the tune of the executive, the executive will starve them.
Will starve them. I agree.
Will they die while on duty? Nobody wants to die.
It's true.
All right. The other side, even the legislators whose duty is supposed to be to enact laws for good governance, and they don't look at it, because if they want anything, they will look up to executive. If the executive says starve them to death, they will be starved. Nobody wants to die. The legislators do not want to die. Sometimes when the Senate president talks, sometimes he will talk before he will realize he has made a mistake.
It's true.
Then we start to amend it. Some of us will shake head. It's not supposed to be so.
It's true.
When you ask the question, why is this so? Some of us know the answer. The answer is that he wants to eat. He wants his pocket to be full. He wants to be able to take care of people who are depending on him. And to be able to do that, he will depend on the executive to get whatever he wants. So the law needs amendment. Particularly the side that has to do with remuneration.
And this comes to this. The fundamentals of democracy is missing here. Because even as a young government student, they will tell you there's separation of power between the three arms of government. And they then in turn become checks and balances. That's only when there's separation of power. But as it is, it's like the executive has it all. Is that a mistake on our constitution, or we are dancing to it, or our military might is what introduced this into the system? Because I think the Nigerian constitution is well copied from that of America. How come we're having this kind of flaws in our own?
Thank you very much. Ordinarily, we have separation of powers. It is in theory. It is in theory.
I see.
Practically, separation of powers is not working. It is not working. They are in existence quite all right. Theoretically, it is there. Separation of powers. The executive, the this or that, and so on. We know judiciary, because when you are talking about separation of powers, it has to do with judiciary, executive, and then the civil servants are also, just to say so. It is only in theory. In practice, it's not working, because we have a situation whereby the other arms of government depend on executive so much
to survive.
It's not supposed to be so.
To survive. Yes.
Until they examine these aspects, we will remain where we are. It is good for there to be separation of powers. In that case, each arm of government will be able to stand on its own.
Exactly.
But in practice, it's not so for now. In practice, it's not so for now. Then the question there now is, what do we do to make this separation of powers work? it is still the people who are the helm of affairs that will initiate it. If they do not initiate it, we will ever remain where they are. How do they initiate it? Set up a body. A body you will set up will comprise different people, not necessarily your favorites.
Yes, Ali. And they come
if you set up a body, ask questions, and you will be able to pick people from different sectors of the economy. Today I'm called to talk to you on these issues.
Yes, sir.
If I was not called, I will not have the privilege to tell you my mind.
No, sir. That's correct.
I will not have the privilege to say what I feel is supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
By the time they set up a body and then bring people into that body to look into some of these things, we will remain where we are. Some years back, ex-President Jonathan set up a body and invited people from different shades of opinion. They held a kind of conference. They made a report based on what they saw. The report was not allowed to see light of the day. But I do know it was not based on any political party. They brought different shades of opinion together to look into the way the affairs of the country should be governed or looked into or run. But it did not see light of the day.
But
well, yes, there's another government for now. Yeah, the present government has set up another body.
Okay.
If the first one is to be relegated to the background.
Yes.
By the time they do this, they will look into the ills of the society, and then things will go on well.
True.
Today in Nigeria, people are talking about fuel. Yes. By the time fuel is made to be expensive, there is no way it will not affect the affairs of the entire society, because people must move from one place to another.
True.
Is it the common person like me that will say you should not sell fuel at the present rate? It's only the government, federal government for that matter, not even state.
It's true. Now, network, don't do this to us today. We need barrister. We need barrister because we are going to a very, very sensitive part of the discussion. And I pray barrister join me back quickly because we need him back. We're not... Go on, sir. Okay. Barrister network is for some reason not helping issues at the moment. But we're talking about, yes, sir. Barrister, your network is off. I cannot hear you anymore. Your camera is frozen. We'll see if we can quickly fix it and join us. Please, Barrister, I want you back. I really want you back. We are almost there. You were touching on very important issues that we need to get to the end of it. From what Barrister has just told us, I'm going to see if Barrister will quickly fix up and come back. From what Barrister is telling us is that until there is clear separation of power or the government takes on certain initiatives to set up bodies that can address some of these challenges, will remain where we are. And I completely agree. And that was why I'm going to bring into the issue of the state police. Because had there be state police, then you don't have the right. The federal government will not be able to say to the government, to the Obaseki to security today, we're pulling out your security, or we're changing your security, or we're tempering your security. Obaseki would have had his own police. So that would have been the good news, right? But my question is, are we sure that the same Obaseki that was able to change? That was the question I was coming to ask Barrister. And I'm going to ask him if he can join me. I'm sure now that the same Obaseki that was able to use his little money, which is his security, his power, to turn around the state, will not do so if he has the state police. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We need God intervention. Because even when we have this separation of power, the people that will get it at that small level will still abuse it. The question I always ask is, why is the federal government not interfering wisely other than during elections in the affairs of states. Now, Tinubu, you are interested in Edo State because you want to win Edo State. But by the time the governor of Edo State is abusing the power given to him by not using the money given to him to better the life of the people, it doesn't concern you. You shake hands with him when it comes to Abuja, but when it comes to him doing things that doesn't favor you now, you have a case. You are ready to kill. We're coming to that on this platform. Today is a day that we need to look at our own constitution, at our own state, the way we've been governed, what is wrong and what we all can do. Don't forget, this is a countdown to Edo 2024. My background will be different from tomorrow, and you're going to see me talking to different people from different aspects of this election. But today, before we can go into that, I felt I should rub mine with Barrister on these critical issues. You understand? From what we've seen, for those of us who are legal students, legal mind, we do know that there is no democracy without rule of law. And the moment you begin to study public law, the first thing they will teach you, again, is the separation of power, which is synonymous with democracy. It's not the case in Nigeria. And like we say in the African language, he who plays the piper dictates the tune. If the money is with you, you're going to say how the money should be used. Let me see if I can have Barrister back quickly. Barrister, you're back, sir.
Yes, please.
I'm so happy.
Please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Yes. In fact, where we are, we still want to remain there, Barrister. Let's be there for some time. Please. Let me just add my girl, Mary, to add to the show. Yes, sir. So, Barrister, this is where we are. Like I was saying, we have an issue here. The point is, there is... let me quickly bring this down to where I want the matter to be. Had there been state police, then there would have a separation of power. Let me put it that way. Now, the federal government has its own power. Let's bring it to the layman level. The federal government have their own police. The states have their own police. So they won't be able to interfere with the affairs of Edo State as it is today by tampering on the security of the governor. But my worry is, how are we sure that the same Obaseki that was able to use the power, the little power he has, to change the whole election, oppress his deputy, so they say, would also not use the power to oppress people? Where do we go from here, Barrister? I need to hear from Barrister on this. Listen, it's network, yes. You see, that's where I want the discussion to go to. And we're going to go on a break. We're going to go on a quick break. Mary, welcome back. We're going to go on a quick break. So, because I don't want to speak for every matter on this issue today, I want the barrister to have his own say. And for some reason, Mary, the new advert of the commercial from Lagos is not here, so I need to have it so I can add it to the show. Well, for now, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be with Barrister. Hopefully, by the time we come back, Barrister network will be better. Maybe it's looking kinky back, and then we're going to continue this discussion. Don't go away. Stay with us.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
You're welcome back, people. Well, Barrister is not still with us. We've been looking at the ingredients of democracy with Barrister. Of course, when you have them, you have people with a sound mind, they know the law, and they're going to use the light language for us. We're just going to try to have him back and walk through this with him. Like I asked, the question I asked him, I'm asking you. It's okay to clamor for state police. You know, for quite some time now, I'm against the new creation of states. I'm against every agitation for new things to happen in Nigeria, for the changes, because maybe the true change we need in Nigeria is economic reform. Not because it's not how many states we have. Sometimes there was this argument that we should go back to where we're coming from. Are we going back to the former reform region? Or which region are you saying? To the former 3 regions? Don't joke with us, man. Because as at that time, there were 4 regions running the affairs of 4 people, the 4 regions. Now, let's assume we now have 37 regions. On a good day, it's 37 countries, which is the same United States of Africa I'm talking about. I wish the state governors now begin to grow their own economy. And they say they don't have power. Like what they say now. What does the federal government, as it is, stop Obaseki from growing the economy of Edo State? If Okowa could go and borrow, you see the thing, you heard the story of yesterday. He borrowed money to build secretariat. That's what his current governor is paying. If he can borrow money to build a secretariat, he couldn't borrow money to build an airline, or to build an airline, to build housing, so that will make money for the state. We need
how long will they maintain the secretariat?
I don't know. Maybe it's a big question. So let's see what we're gonna have a barrister back. He's quite back, so we're just gonna follow him on that difficult question I asked him, so that every one of us can answer this question. Let's see, barrister. Okay. We're still hoping barrister will be back. This is his space. He's back on the network. Network is really very evil to us right now. Let's hope that I'm going to bring barrister back once it's correct. Maybe like I was trying to ask barrister. Let me leave this with you. You guys are of younger mind now. I know it's quite a difficult question, but what I really ask him is, we are saying that there should be separation of power, right? That the state should have their own power. The federal government should have their own power. You understand? The local government should have their own power. We'll start sharing money for them now, which is a start, all right? Oh, the money should get to the local government. The money should get to you understand? Now the local government should get this money. If the local government get this money, how are we sure now that they will not still use the same money? They will not still share the money. Emery.
But the thing is, sharing of money will not stop. Even though the state governors are still under the federal, they are still sharing money, right? Now, giving the local government their own autonomy, they are still sharing money. Because I feel like we have a lot of incompetent governors in the country. What we should be saying, if they just crowd them out, that is it. Because separation of power will not even bring solution to the problem of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Even governors are saying they should stay on their own. It's just like you wanting to increase corruption in another phase. Because now they own the power. If at this point they can't do anything, you can't even say any money that is coming from the state. How much are they raising in the state? You see all of them doing road projects, leaving every other thing that could bring money, right, for the people of the state. So is it when you give them their own power that you think they'll make any difference?
No. From history has told us. Do you know what has happened in Delta State? We just conducted the election. This new governor, or this little man yesterday, you think that doesn't have liver? Oboriwori has won all the local governments in Delta State again. In my village, he's flexing muscle with Ibori right now. It's no more Okowa. It's Oboriwori camp and Ibori camp in my village. I dare say it. You see, so at the end of the day, are all this in the interest of the people? The answer is no. Are they doing something for us? No. And this is my worry. Perhaps the argument is not to separation of power, but separation of economic power. Let me put it this way, all right? It's about how, like I said, I've been fighting for, we should have more states. Let's go back to where we're coming from. Let's go back to where we need to be. No. It should be now, our interest is, how do we use what we have? If it is the 37 states we have now, how do we use it to grow our lives? No more about power to this, power to that. Let's bring barrister.
We'll not be able to do something with the one we have. I want to add more. Is it adding more state that will be the solution to Nigerian problems? We already have problems with 37 states. So adding another extra one is not going to make any difference.
Yes.
That is not, it's even going to worsen things.
Yes. So only when we get barrister back, we're going to bring barrister quickly back. Barrister, let's add barrister quickly back. Good. Barrister.
Yes, please.
Welcome, sir. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. We really need you, and we're going to get this more stable tomorrow. The question I ask is this. Now, had there be, like I put it rightly, had there be state police, then this interference from the federal government trying to oppress Obasekina wouldn't have happened. Then my worry is how we sure that the same Obasekina was able to change the whole local government to himself wouldn't have used the same power to oppress others. So is our worry this really power sharing thing or economic power sharing thing? I don't know where we need to be right now. Where are we, sir?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
The issue of state police has been on for quite some time now.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people are very much in support of state police. There is a reason for it. But before I go into reason, I want to say that the essence of having state police is to facilitate the work of the police at the local level.
Yes.
It is assumed that police will work without interference. They will work in line with the law setting it up.
Yes.
Like Police Acts. Police Act is there.
Yes.
It is the Police Act that is supposed to govern the functions of the police on daily basis. But it is also possible to interfere with the work of the police, whether at the national level or at local government, at state level. If the police will be allowed to perform their functions in line with the act establishing her, there's no problem. But the point is, will the authorities, will the people at the helm of affairs allow the police to function the way it should function?
That's the question. So we're going
the problem is always there. The problem is always there.
Yes.
The problem is caused by people at the helm of affairs. You see, when you hear power corrupts,
absolutely,
or power corrupts absolutely, it refers to these people.
It's true.
They exercise this power too much without even taking into consideration the welfare of the people they are supposed to look after. And so, on one hand, when we say to facilitate the work of the police, it is necessary and good to have state police. But if you look at it from the other way around again, the tendency for people at the state level to interfere or abuse that power conferred on them by law, you will be reluctant to allow state police to come into being.
Yes.
Even the police as it is governed by Police Act, do they allow police to function the way it should function? No. The people at the helm of affairs do not allow them to function properly. They interfere with their functions.
Yeah, I think Varisa's network is disturbing.
Recently, yes. I watched a program whereby Inspector General of Police, who is at the helm of affairs of Nigerian police, about what they want to do and what they have done. The whole thing even went against the provisions of the Constitution itself. But here we are. What do we do? He has talked. Even if he talked outside provisions of the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the country, what do we do? That's a big question.
That's it.
And so we have this problem, interference with their functions. The earlier provision is made for there to be no interference with their functions, the better it will be for us. This is where the problem is.
Thank you, Barrister.
That is, yes, the politicians are always interfering with the functions of these governments.
Yes.
This is where the problem is. And when I say politicians, I'm talking about those who are privileged to be put at the helm of affairs, whether president, whether governor, whether local government chairman, or whatever. These are the people interfering with the functions of these organs, who are supposed to function independently on their own, in line with the law establishing them. That's the position.
So, Barrister, from what you're saying, I can see something, and I'm going to take a lot from what you've taught us today. Because one, there's actually an act that set up everything. There's an act that set up the INEC. There's an act that set up the police. There's an act that set. So those acts, how do we protect the act? Because that is where we answer. If the act, if I am working and I am sure the act protects me as a policeman, then I will be banking on the act. I will not be listening to the president. Because I think the police are doing their job. Sometimes they will tell look at what has happened now. The federal government will be able to tell the state police, the police to leave the governor's office. They will obey because they have authority from there. Now, if the authority is the act, if the act says to the policeman, you can't be accountable to this, your act, the act that established you said you should do this and this and this, then they can tell the president, Mr. President, the act does not say so. And where do we bring this act? How do we bring it to the public? Because most of the policemen don't even understand what we're talking about, sir. They don't even know what they are supposed to do. So how do we bring this on the limelight that the president is not the ultimate here? That the power really that set you up is your act, or the power that this are the people you're supposed to be attending to, or we are your problem, not the president, or we are the authority, not the president, or we are the authority, not the governors. How do we bring that to bear, sir?
Thank you very much. You see, it's just like you have a president to be elected in line with the Constitution and to stay in that office for 4 years in the absence of other things. That is the law. Now, the police is governed by police acts.
Yes.
They talk about their functions. What about removal?
Yes.
When you talk about functions, you also look at removal.
Yes, sir.
Is the president empowered to remove the police at will or at any time? The man who is serving as a police.
Yes.
I'm taking police now as an entity.
Yes.
If the man who is serving as police can be removed anyhow, anytime,
and by anybody,
the police will not be free.
Yeah.
The police will not be free to function appropriately.
Fact.
And when the police looks at the way he can be removed, he's bound to look at it properly. Yes. He's bound to dance to the tune of those who can remove him.
That's it.
And at the end of the day, he's limited.
Agree.
There's limitation in his functions. This is a problem in itself. If this one is addressed by the legislators, they will pass it into law. It will not be possible for a president to wake up one morning because the police refuse to obey what he has said. This idea of removal of police
it's important.
Must be addressed.
I hear you loud
if
and
it
clear.
Is not addressed,
yes.
If it is not addressed, we are back to square one.
And that comes again
so
to the pay salary too, sir. Removal is one. What about salary? If the money coming, is coming from, who is going to pay me? Because
that is the thing. They cannot do certain things because they will be starved. They don't want to be starved to death.
Yes.
This is why I said a body should be set up to look into this, to look into that, and make recommendations. At the end of the day, they will consider the provisions of these recommendations, and government will come out with a decision as to what it should be. It covers a wide range of areas. Set up a body to look into the affairs of government, to look into the affairs of this or that. Make recommendations.
Yes.
The final decision will rest on either the people or the same government. It is only when this is done,
yes,
there will be hope. As things are for now, let me limit my talk to police.
Yes.
As it is now, whether you have state police, you have federal police as it is for now, there is an act governing their functions. And they work in line with the act, the provisions of the act. Somebody quickly asked me there just now, what about funding, salary?
Yes.
Yes. Where is their salary coming from?
That's why
it's from a source.
Yes.
It's from a source, and the source is known. From executive.
Yes.
When I say executive, I'm talking about presidency.
Yes.
If the salary does not come from there,
the question is the promotion.
Where's
the promotion coming from? Because these are the things.
They will not want to be starved to death.
Yes, yes. They don't want to be
They
starved
have responsibility too.
Yes, sir. And
they have families to cater for.
Yes, and barrister.
How do they cater for this? Is what they get.
Yes.
So
barrister,
there is need. Yes, there is need to look into all this.
Yes. And barrister, there is even the issue of promotion too, because I'm a policeman. I need to be well paid. I need to know who's paying me. If it's the act that separate the federal government from not being able to abuse my salary, for not being able to abuse my removal, for not being able to abuse my promotion, I will work in accordance with the provision. But as long as it is interfered by the government or by the politicians, we're going to have this problem. The question is, these debates are never heard at the time of elections, because the people were put in power and the people will expect to go and make those changes. They're the one that will make the committee, set up the committee that will do that. But these debates are never heard when they come to us for the campaign. So perhaps at those states, this is the right time to begin to ask some questions in these areas we just talked about today. But barrister, before we have a few minutes left on this show, so I'm going to quickly spend it with Edo State. Let's just die. Let's jump into Edo because we're going to have more of it from tomorrow. Okay. The election is right here.
Yes.
The election is here and now. Are the candidates, sir, telling us how they're going to make Edo State a viable state, or they're telling us how they're going to share money? Let me say this, sir. Over the years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, sir. So, barrister, let me go for that. Yeah. Over the years, the governors have the authority to borrow money. They have borrowed. Every single state in Nigeria. But none of them have been able to create wealth for their state. The people we clap for are those who are able to use the money that came from the federal level to pack sand on the road. They say, oh, they are good governors because they fixed the road. They are good governors, they've done this. But they've been able to borrow money to do rubbish. They've never borrowed one money to grow the economy of their state. Who among these candidates, sir, is talking reasonably? I know you will not be able to say that, but is that in the debate in the first place? Over to you, barrister.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You see, it is normal for people aspiring to occupy political office to say many things. They will even tell you they will electrify this street, they will electrify that street, they will put air conditioner along the they will put air conditioner along the streets. All these ones are campaigns. Yes, but how many of them have been able to put air conditioner along the streets? They cannot. But they don't care when they are campaigning to tell people that they will put air conditioner along the street, along Mission Road, along Akpakpaba, along the Ring Road, along Airport Road, along Ogbowo, and so on. They cannot do them, but they tell us. Yes, and we dance to their tune. It's unfortunate it's like that. So what I'm saying, in effect, is this. During campaign, they can say anything. They can say anything. They say many things which they cannot even do. True. Opportunity will be given to them to do this, do that. But as soon as they enter, as soon as they step in, yes, they are just after themselves. They are no more after the people. So it's an unfortunate experience we're having with them. So let us hope to talk about this current something. Let us hope that the people who are aspiring to enter there now in Edo State will fulfill their programs in such a way that the whole thing will be of benefit to those of us who are the common people in the states. That is our hope. We are not too sure. However, we have seen all of them. They have come out with some manifestos. They have come out with different promises. Some of them, I believe, cannot even do anything. Some of them take into consideration their own antecedents are capable of doing many things that will be of benefit to the people. It is now our own duty to examine their own profile, to examine their own programs, and then think about the possibility of doing things that will be of benefit to the generality of the people. I'm not here to play politics, but I'm here to express my view on what is happening in Edo State for now.
Yes, sir.
I believe some of them are in a position to do some things that will be of benefit to the people of Edo State.
Yes.
And to be able to arrive at a conclusion on this, we really need to look at the profile and antecedents of the people, of the contestants who are there for now. The profile of the PDP candidate, Dr. Aswe Iwodalo, is there. The profile of the Labour Party candidate, Barrister Olumide Akpata, is there. The profile of the APC candidate, our brother
Monday
Okwebolo, is there. The others are there. Zedong is there. We have seen them. We have looked at all of them. And some of us have made up our minds concerning who to vote for. Definitely, we have taken into consideration the profile submitted, the program submitted by these party representatives, because they are coming under the platform of their various political parties. This weekend, specifically on Saturday, 21st of September, we will go into the polls and vote those we feel are capable of occupying this exalted office of governor. I wish them well.
Thank you, sir.
And I wish the umpires well, those who will consider, those who will count the votes, those who will announce the results. Because that's where the problem is for now.
Yes.
Some people have boasted that they will do it the way they want, not necessarily what the people say or what the people want. And we are watching to see whether it is that one that we hold or the wish of the people. I think God will intervene in such a way that the will of the people will be allowed to prevail. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. In fact, today, what we've done is talk about the mechanics of governance. And the reason we're looking at this is we relate slowly to Edo State, and we'll let you know the candidate. The election is on the 21st, like Barrister have told us clearly. On Saturday, we expect that Edo people will come out en masse to select or to pick again who will govern their affairs in the next 4 years. And the biggest mistake is not to go out and vote. Because if you don't vote, they will say, absentee voters, they will give it. So you are voted. So as long as you are an Edo indigene, you have participated, whether you vote or not, and you will be counted as among those that didn't vote. So you are counted. And another part of the implication is whatever happened will be binding on you because the governor will be your governor. and this whole troubles we'll be talking about can only change if we all come out and say, let this person go. We believe in what he's saying. This is what we should be doing. Like, I only want to say this to the people of Edo State, and it's important from my part of office here that we should be asking the most difficult question of today. We never had shortage of leaders who have constructed roads. We don't have shortage of leaders who have shared money. The leaders we have shortage of in Nigeria are those who have been able, I'm talking of governors now, who have been able to use the little money they get, or the federal government is giving to them from the oil money to grow the economy of their state. All they do is at the end of every month, we go to Abuja, money is coming. Every month, money is coming from Abuja. None of them has been able to create the new Edo State we're looking for, or the new Delta State we're looking for. If we can take them back, during the former Bende State, the Bende State, the Midwest State had their own economy. We were making money in Midwest. We have the Bende Insurance making money. We have the AT&P. There were companies established by the states making money for the state. The question I ask an investment banker like Obaseki is, in your time in office, you didn't do any of those. I'm not going to pass that judgment on the person following you. Or is it Tinubu that came to office and decided to be president of petroleum? He's the president of petroleum, not president of Nigeria, unfortunately, because all they see is petroleum. So we have a problem, people. Edo people, open your eyes. Mona shine the eye. The one that say Edo not be Lagos. Not going to prove say Edo not be any other state. Let Edo show us a good example. By picking on somebody, they believe. And you're going to see, when that person is accountable to you, we'll be talking today. Me and Barrister will be talking. Barrister, and that's where we're going to end the show now. Barrister will be talking of the authority is what that will determine what the person will do.
Go on top of it.
You understand? The authority. And you see, this is where we are now. We are the authority to choose. If you allow Tinubu to choose, or Tinubu becomes the authority. If we allow Obaseki to choose, Obaseki become the authority. But if we choose, which is the power we have now, we become the authority telling the person, this is what we want. The man there will only do what the people that ask him, that, the power that be. We have the power, but we tend not to have it. Or we tend to, because we're going to say, is the money? No, we can stop Tinubu from doing anything if we come together and say so. We can stop Obaseki. We can stop anybody from abusing us if we come together to do so. Maybe the time is to do that is now. And this is a very big wake-up call. And I want to let Barrister drop this message in the simplest form of language. Barrister, are you still there? You see, Barrister, network is always shaking. Even though Barrister would have put this in a better context for us. Well,
Okay.
Barrister, are you here? All right. If not, I'm going to let Mary speak to this. And this is because, Mary, all we've done in this show, in terms of the analysis I've been going through with Barrister, is about, the federal government will determine this. That's why the police will do this. You understand? The federal government can interfere with this. The federal government decides this. They are the power. They are this. But they don't really have the power. The power is with us. And this is the time we show who is powerful. This is the time the people tell you, we are the people, we are most powerful. This is when they come to us.
Daddy Chris, even the Barrister has said it. It's not about this is time the people come out and show that this is what they can do. At the end of the day, let's pray that the election, right? The results will come out as regards maybe the choice of the people or who wins. Let the votes count. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because if they do any tricky thing and they come up with any results, we are only going to complain. We won't be able to change.
Mary, that is a mistake. Mary, I disagree. And that's why I'm here. If they do anything,
the presidential election, if they come up with any results, we are only going to complain and complain and complain.
No, Mary, because Mary,
at the end of the day, nothing will happen.
No, something will happen. Something will happen, Mary, because the truth is, during the last election, the campaign, the sensitivity has not gone wide enough. If the way some people in some part of the country were energized, like in the north, this election would have gone differently. You see, Mary, you saw what happened in the southern part of the country, or the elites. Let me use the word. The elites were energized to ask for a change. But the local people have not been energized. They've not been educated. They don't know. They don't know what is at stake. To them, it's still either the Muslim or the Christian or my brother or the tribal thing. That's what happened. A time will come in the history of Nigeria when the people will be aware what is at stake. That my vote, this vote, if I allow this man to get away with it, I'm going to suffer. That time, they will not allow you to just say this is the winner. They will tell you no. Maybe if Nigeria knew, let me put it this way, that when they had, if Tinubu had come into power, they're going to suffer what they're suffering now. Probably they will be fighting. Or maybe probably they would have, or maybe if Tinubu is doing the right thing now, they would have protected him more. I'm not judging.
Okay, that's if Tinubu is doing the wrong thing now. Let's say he's not doing the right thing, right?
If we knew, if Nigeria knew,
God will keep us alive. May God keep us alive till the next election, come 2027. Yes. And let's see if any change will be made.
Maybe the change will only happen if we are not aware that we have the power to change it.
Can you change?
And that you vote. And that you vote is the power.
Can you change INEC?
Yes. INEC cannot. INEC, you see what we've been going through? INEC cannot do what we don't want. Because INEC will run. Is it not one man, only a few people? Are they really more powerful than us, Mary? We don't know the power we have. We can close down the government today. If we decide, even God was scared when we came together. God said, if we leave these people, they will get to us. Read the Tower of Babel. If we can stop God, if we can be, our coming together can be a threat to God, the only solution to this is for people to come together and say no to whatever evil is being thrown at them. And we can stop it. And the only way we're going to stop it is if we are not aware with one simple ideology that we need a good nation. Not because I'm a Yoruba man, not because I'm an Igbo man, not because he's a Muslim, because my problem is a good country that will take care of myself and my children. If that becomes the ideology and that becomes the force that unites us together, we will kick out every asshole that is out there now. But until we can understand that, and it takes a lot to preach that gospel. Before Moses was able to take the children of Israel out of Egypt, he did a lot of sensitization. The Bible did not tell us that. There was a case in the Bible where Moses had to run away because some of the people he killed for told him, are you not the one that killed the Egyptian? Moses ran. Do you understand? Because meaning Moses had been doing a lot of work. He didn't just say, let's go. He talked to them. He put them together. He organized meetings. We won't hear all. The Bible didn't have time to write all that. How many meetings Moses will have had with different people to say today they will go? You think Moses just announced, oh, let my people go today, they follow him? Can you just say, hey, I am Moses from nowhere. I'm going with my people, and everybody just follow him? There was a meeting. There must have been series and series of things, sensitization going on. Nigerians, we need to sensitize the people. We need to let them know it's not about the Yoruba man, it's not about the Igbo man, it's not about the Muslim, it's not about the Christian. It's about
hunger is not allowing people to think towards this direction.
They're going to think now. Maybe hunger will make them think well. Maybe hunger will make us to think well.
Is the person they want to vote for? Yes. Everybody is now a kind of following whoever wants to help them with food, whoever wants to help them with money. This is what.
But maybe with a time will come when they know that this food is not going to last for more than 1 day on the table. 10,000 naira is 1 day. The result, after eating this 10,000 naira, I'm going to die with my children, like what Tinubu has done. We don't want that. Now we want a government that will be there throughout. Look at Oti now. That's why I brought him out, and thank you for bringing this image. You see, Oti is now trying to make a move. I'm still asking Oti, I've not seen you grow the economy of Abia State, because before you leave in the next 4 years, I want Abia making money. I'm not talking anything. Abia making money, not using the money to pay salary. All debt is gone.
Yeah, let me just say the best for now, the best governor that they have produced.
I disagree. I don't know whether he's the best for now. Until I see Abia Airline, maybe
a lot of problems, and Oti cannot use just this short period to fix everything.
No, it's not. But Oti can do one thing. In 3 years, in 1 year, you can do something that is making money. There will be nothing wrong if Oti have Abia farm today, making food for the people and selling food.
First of all, their market is what they generate money from. And the market, the road to the market has been very bad, which he has been able to work on, right?
It's not about the road. This is the whole thing they're talking about. The road will stay. How much is the state going to make from that? How is that road going to be maintained next year?
Abia State's market, Aba is generating a lot.
Okay, all right. So if at the end of the day, if I am doing the road and in return I'm collecting taxes from the farm, from those in the market, yes, so I will not do road without making money. Because I will not have money to do another road, Mary. This is the idea. The state government or the state must not be traded off, hoping to get more. If I will construct this road, I will ask, if I do this road now, how much will it bring to us so that we can do more road or even maintain the road? The question is, how is the road going to be maintained? You can do it now. Who's going to maintain it?
That is it.
That's why I'm saying, Mary, that it's nothing wrong if Abia State have a farm that is going to make money for them in the next 6 months. That money can be used to maintain road. You don't use money from federal government to maintain road. Where did you work for the money? How can you earn your first money? You say, make I go marry wife. Where the bed when you go put the wife? Make you marry wife, put for house, bed not there, whether that house will contain you or not. The first thing you do is you get a bed, you get a home. That before you go and bring a wife. You don't know when they not get where they say they marry. So we need to wake up. And this is the kind of governance we need. And that's the kind of question I expect you Edo people to ask. This money, when you say you won't spend, so where it won't come from? Hey, I will do this, I will do this. Oga, yes, I know say you don't. Where is the money going to come from? Only federal government money. You are a madman. We will not vote for you. Let me repeat this, Edo. Ask this question. Anybody that say want to be governor, I go ask them, that they come here now. The next 2 days, they're not going to like me. The money when I want to spend, so where the money will come from? That's my first question. So I'm not a toffee ideology person. Because that's why Africa is still where we are. We need to deal with the difficult question. We need to know why Edo don't have a farm. If in 8 years of Obaseki, Edo doesn't have a Edo farm, today everybody hungry. They will even take food, marry your pikin now, because you are hungry. That's been history. It has to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is not looking at it from the surface. We'll go to the root. And the root is bitter. There should be no governance of say, I want to construct roads. Oh, I want to bring the food to you people. No. The food that will last for you and your children is a better Edo state. Not be the one they bring to your village. Let's end the show there, Mary. Thank you very much for joining me, my daughter. You're always smart, always smooth. I wanted us to do a lot more. We cannot. But we cannot end this show without saying happy Ede. I just said this. This is very sweet. Mary, can you help me? Ed El Malud. Happy Ed El Malud to the Muslims faithful in Nigeria and around the world. We say, I say very happy big birthday to Prophet Muhammad. And I think it's right, and it's the right thing to do, that we celebrate with you, we believe in what you're doing, but let religion be used as an instrument to move society forward, because that is what it is. Prophet Muhammad used his time in his days to better the life of the people, to improve their lives. In fact, he was even more practical than Jesus. Prophet Muhammad went as far as running the state even like a president. You understand? He set up arms and he was defending and doing all kinds of things. He never oppressed. The laws were made to suit the people at that time. Let religion be interpreted in that form. And the most important thing, that's what I love about Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad used religion for the purpose to serve humanity. And what did government do? Government is there to serve the people, which is the humanity in the people. Government is never designed to destroy. So I can see the relationship between the Islam and governance. Use it well. It should not be used as it's never used as an instrument of hatred. Problem in Nigeria can be solved and can only be solved when we have a better Nigeria, which we can use Islam to achieve. We can use Christianity to achieve. We can use the other African traditional religion to achieve. Let us have a focus. Let us identify who is our enemy. Our enemy is poverty. Let's get it out of our land. together, poverty can be spilled out like joke. The only problem we have is when we separate ourselves in this way, this one have to believe in this one believe in this, poverty reigns supreme. Mary, I leave the show for you. Let's end the show. Have little to say to the people in Edo State in particular. Over to you.
Okay, just like that, if we said our greatest enemy is poverty. And my advice to the people of Edo State is the little money they give to you before election will never stop poverty in your family or in your life. It will not stop whatever you're passing through. Whether they're giving you food or they're giving you money, the suffering will still continue. But having a better government will definitely change your family and even change the generations to come. So let's start looking for credibility for those that merit to be in that place as governors, and not just to be there because you just want to be there without any purpose. Let's look for people that have purpose, right? That will better Edo State. That will better Edo State, and every other person in Edo State will smile soon. That's what I have to say.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Yes. These are the people, these are some of the people before us, Edo people. You have them, you know them. I don't know who they are, really, so it will be unfair for me to pass any judgment, and I don't know what they have in their minds. I'm sure these are Edo sons. I don't know why we don't have any daughter here. I'm disturbed, and I'm not happy with that. That she will have a daughter in the midst. You're not telling me that no woman in Edo State is qualified to run for the affairs of the state. I am disturbed, and maybe hopefully by the next election we will see the color will be looking different. We should be seeing some soft faces. These faces are too hard. That's why I asked Mary that day, which one fine pass? Mary for ask me now, which big fine pass? I not get anyone when I go fish shoes here, Mary. Unfortunately. So, and that is not right. No, well, we hope that it's a serious time. Please don't vote for the man because he's your brother, he's your sister. Vote for the person who can help to build a better Edo State. It's very important. Let's think of how we can get a great Edo State. Edo State we all need. Edo State that will work for us. Edo State that is the one that will help you and your future generation. And it can only be achieved by a competent hand. And I use the word knowledgeable. Now, we have a problem in Africa. We've not understand the mechanics of government. That's what we'll talk about today. But another thing, even those in power don't even understand what they need to be doing. Like I said, I bet you your governor don't even know what he did. He has passed 8 years in office. Like I'm having some issue with Mary now. There's this governor who has paid salary and we are dancing. But that's not what we should be dancing to. We should be dancing to any government or the governor that is able to grow the economy of the state, because that is what tomorrow children will eat. That's what you will eat on the long run. Like I said, it's nothing wrong if Edo have a farm. If any of them tell you they're going to have a Edo farm, not to say we're going to encourage farmers. Is the government going to work with the universities and the people of Edo State to make food and sell to the rest of the world? That is something, a beautiful campaign. How about that? How many of these people you see here now can take along that line? We should be worried. And I'm going to disturb them with this. Yeah, anything you want to do as a person, I follow the Bible and I give an instance and I say to you, look at how the kingdom of heaven has been compared by Jesus. Jesus was comparing the kingdom of heaven, and he used that the God that created us gave us the mandate to create. And that is what you see in Genesis 2. And God put man there and he said, cultivate the earth. So it's not God that will come and cultivate it anymore. So once you are made a governor, it's your job to cultivate your land. That's why I'm more interested in anybody that can think along that line. The reason Africa has not grown, the reason Nigeria is where we are, is we just eat, we don't plant. We just eat, we don't plant. And don't tell me government cannot plant. Government can cleverly use the instrument of our institution, which is the universities, and the people to work together. I want to see Edo farm. Are they thinking? I want to see Edo electricity. How is it going to be done? Government, again, will work with the universities and the people. Okay, some people, everybody will not go to farm. Some people may actually go into housing. So me as a governor, I will work with the university to come out with a plan. And the people will build. And I will be part of it. And we will rent it out. And we will make money. You see the bottom line? Edo State must make money. No, don't tell us how you're going to spend Edo money. Tell us how you're going to make money for Edo State. That is where I end the show. My name is Daddy Chris. I'll be here tomorrow, but tomorrow will be more aggressive. Tomorrow is not going to be friendly. Today has been a good show because our barrister is knowledgeable. He talk us through things we want to do. Like I said, I set up a TV station, and I always ask myself, how do I make money? And that's why I want to share this with you people of Edo State. Today, I want to share you one of the products and services of this Srtv. Is Srtv in Lagos. We have a beautiful short-let apartment we give out if you're on holiday. Mary always talk us through her own yesterday in Abuja, and I want to show you what it is in Lagos State. And I want to use this. I do what I say. I set up a station. I'm waiting for people to come and advertise with me. And I said, okay, if I have the power to offer that service, I better use that services to build another company. And that's what you're seeing in Srtv, this, Srtv, that, Srtv, that. I'm a single person. I know good enough. God will bring in the right people to make this place a world so that I can bless others, so I can bless the world with what I do. And that is why I always say to governors, please, please think of how you're going to feed your own people. And you can better do that if we have Edo farm, if we have Edo housing, if we have Edo sport. You know, alone, only Edo sport will generate young people. Now, Edo, the young boy, Charlie Rema, came to Edo with a lot of money. You didn't participate, or you didn't know how that boy got to where he is. But thank God, it's now one of the blessings. How do you even use him? And now use him to grow that industry. You are sleeping. Edo, over the years, have the best history in Nigeria. The biggest history. In fact, when I'm writing, I've written my book on African cinema. In fact, on the word cinema. And I said cinema started in Edo State. And I've been able to prove that case. Of what use have that been to you, people in Edo? Do you know you have the best history in the world? Let's start from there. Because Daddy Chris has been able to argue that case. They have to argue with me now. Because I've made a statement that cinema started in Edo State. This after I have been to the British Museum, study what the historical facts in Edo State, which some of them you can see on the internet today. Thank God, the internet is now open. The question is, of what use have that helped your economy? Do you even use that for tourist attraction? The answer is no. Do you use that to generate an economy in the art sector? Because your forefathers, they did bronze. You see, there's something called comparative advantage in economics. I'm not going to say much today. Let me keep quiet. I'll say the case and I'll leave your campaign people to do the rest. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is the Wake Up Nigeria from Srtv London. Stay out of trouble and follow us on all our social media handles. Stay blessed, and God bless you all. Till tomorrow. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. Srtv Luxury Short-Let Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to Srtv Short-Let Apartment, part of the prestigious Srtv Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190. or email us at realestate@superiorradioandtelevision.com. SRTV Chocolate Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
Srtv. Innovative content.